Oh my word, y'all. Greetings, welcome. It was nice and bright outside today, but I'm not, listen. 2 days ago in Chicago, it was 70 degrees, and today it's as cold as a Mickey finger, babies. That 70-degree day was a setup, but here we are. Greetings, y'all. Welcome to 773 Oracle and Tarot. It's your girl, Chi-Town Ronnie, here to give the collective, the Vibe Tribe, their emotional and spiritual forecast for this fine day of March the 12th in the year of our Lord 2026. I was about to say 2025. Y'all, before I begin, let me say something. I don't like talking about work too much, but you all ever had those work besties? Yeah, that make the day go easier. You know what? I was at my job these past 2 days. We had these events, and y'all, I'm gonna tell you something. Without my work besties, I don't know where I would be. So I want to give a shout out to the Princess Lisette, my boy Brian, and Alphaba. Alphaba knows who she is. And the thing about Alphaba is that I make fun of her a little bit. But the thing is, though, is that this girl right here, she's been doing what we've been doing for a very long time. And she is a master at her craft. And she takes no prisoners. She takes no prisoners. But let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, she takes no prisoners. But you know what? I got to tell you. Mama gets the job done, and she makes it easier for everybody. And now her bark is much worse than her bite. But once you get past that bark, honey, you find a sweetheart. That's why I call her the Alphaba, honey. But it is what it is. I'm not going to say her name because I don't want to bust her out like that. But anyway, shout out to your work besties. In the comments, put the name to your work bestie. You know, give them a little shout out, right? All right. So now listen, let us get into it, because today, sweetheart, the moon is in Capricorn. The moon does not like being in Capricorn. All right. So when we have a heavenly body such as the moon, I believe they call the moon a satellite. It's not really it's a planet. Okay, listen. Planets, heavenly bodies, when they are in signs that is not conducive for them, we call them that they're in exile. So the moon is in Capricorn. So we would say that the moon is in exile because the moon does not like being in there. See, the moon rules our emotions and our feelings. Capricorn is all about discipline and responsibility. Capricorn is fuck your feelings. We got to get shit done. All right. So when the moon moves here, emotions tend to quiet down so that we can focus on the business at hand. Let me show you what that looks like in the tarot right there. Oh, here we go. The King of Pentacles. We got the King of Pentacles, and then wait a minute. Then we gotta get some justice up in here. Is justice, and then look at that, and then we got the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so let me break this down for you. Okay, so His Majesty right here, the King of Pentacles, baby, he represents responsibility, stability, staying grounded. Okay, the Four of Pentacles right here, the Four of Pentacles, baby, the Four of Pentacles shows emotional restraint, holding things together. Look at that. Yeah, right there. And then justice right there. Justice reminds you to stay balanced and fair with yourself while handling all of these responsibilities, because a lot of times when you take emotion out of what needs to be done, you're going to be going against shit that you would not want to do. You would rather not do. And that's when like, you know, we have a tendency to feel like we're not true to ourselves and stuff. And that's not true at all. We're just taking care of business. So you got to be gentle with yourself. Okay. So today might feel a little bit more serious and a little bit more practical. So instead of reacting emotionally, you may feel the need to stay composed, keep your composure, and remain focused. There could be responsibilities that are calling your attention. This energy helps you handle them without getting overwhelmed by your feelings. Because today is not the day for us to be in our feelings, baby. Today is not the day for us to be in our feelings, okay? Sometimes emotions need space. Sometimes emotions need room to breathe. And when responsibility piles up, the mind naturally shifts into problem-solving mode. That doesn't mean that your feelings disappear. They're just temporarily placed on the back burners, okay? So it's kind of like a fuck your feelings, but in a practical way, okay? So stay focused on your responsibility first. Just don't make it a habit of ignoring your emotional needs completely. Balance is the real goal. So wisdom is going to come from knowing when to act and when to reflect. And there are moments for emotional expression. There are moments for steady discipline, but both of them serve your growth. Let me let that land. Those moments of emotional freedom and expression and moments of steady practicality and discipline, both of them serve your growth. So for the collective, we're going to affirm. Give me a second. Let me cook. We're going to affirm. Here we go. I stay grounded while honoring my feelings. That's what we're going to affirm. I stay grounded while honoring my feelings. Okay? So there you go. Shit, all this before coffee. All right. So listen. Take care of what needs your attention today. But later, give yourselves time to check in with how you actually feel, and give yourselves time to how you actually feel. All right, that's it. All right. So like I said, we got the Tosha Silver abundance cards. We're going to use these right now. And so the top card right here is going to be for the collective. That card, there's no numerological aspect that we got to break down. So this card right here, it says right now. And it says, stay in the present and don't get too far ahead of the flow. You'll soon trust that nothing more will come than what can be handled at each moment. Y'all, it's a gag to me how this card is in congruence with the astrological forecast. All right, handle the shit right now. Wait a minute, and with that one, here it is. The magician. The magician. We're talking about focus. We're talking about using what you already have. So if we have right now, the spiritual question that is coming to me is, what can you start using in your life at the moment? Because with this card, I feel that the emotional weight that we're feeling as a collective is we waiting, we overthinking, we feeling like, you need something more. Most of the time we already have what we need. So traditionally, the magician right here, the magician represents personal power, represents skill, represents the ability to create that change. We got to be the change you want to see in the world, baby. Confidence grows when you start using your abilities instead of doubting them. Stop outsourcing your confidence. Okay? Stop waiting for the perfect moment. This right here is the moment. This right now is the moment. So with that, with this card, we're going to affirm, I use the power I have right now. I use the power I have right now. Yeah. That's it. That's all, babies. That's it. That's all. That's all she got. That's all she got. All right. Remember your assignment. Your assignment is to stay in alignment. Don't let nothing knock you off your square. When the world gets too hard, and the world will get hard, I want you to close your eyes, focus on what it is you want, and dare the universe. Challenge the universe and say, show me how good it can be. Then I want you all to sit back and watch the universe flex for you. All right. All right. With all that being said, namaste. Namaste. I wish I could namaste my ass here, but I got to go to work. Okay. But it ain't going to happen. Anyway, y'all, stay blessed. Hey, I may be going live tonight. I'm not sure. Okay. But with all that being said, be happy on purpose. Bye, babies.